Delphi is a sanctuary in Greece where people would come from all around to consult with God. It was a direct phone line up to heaven to ask the answer to anything you wanted.
All around the world, archaeological discoveries never fail to seize our attention. They unveil the layers of history, giving us glimpses into the lives of our ancient forebears. Some findings trigger our curiosity, while others reveal secrets that influence our future. In a recent excavation, archaeologists have uncovered the long-preserved secrets of Zeus's temple, untouched for thousands of years. What mysteries lie within these ruins, and what do they mean for us? Join us as we unravel what scientists just found in Zeus's temple, which has been sealed and undisturbed for thousands of years. Number 1. From hidden temples to archaeological marvels. In 1910, a French archaeologist named Jean Claudette made a captivating discovery near the Suez Canal. His interest was sparked by ancient Greek inscriptions that hinted at the presence of a temple devoted to the revered Greek god Zeus atop Mount Cassius. Despite Claudette's relentless attempts, this elusive and cherished temple stayed concealed, adding an element of mystery to its location. The ancient writings spoke of glory and divine reverence, yet the secrets of the temple remained covered in mystery, leaving a puzzling tale untold. In a remarkable development, modern technology has led to a major breakthrough. Turkish archaeologists have successfully revealed the once-lost temple, uncovering precious artifacts that trace back to early Christian and Islamic periods. Initially believed to be concealed beneath granite blocks, the temple has shocked everyone by turning out to be the remains of a powerful gate. The ongoing discoveries in Magnesia, an ancient Greek site, continue to captivate the imagination of those eager to uncover the mysteries of the past. Nestled along the Takler-Sok Highway, within the borders of Tekin village in the Ortacular sub-district of Aydın Province's Germensik district, lies the ancient city of Magnesia. A tale of mystery and legend, Magnesia's founding is credited to magnates from Salia, lured by the guiding whispers of Apollo's prophecy. Despite the glory of its origins, the precise location of the original Magnesia remains covered in the mists of time. Inquiring into the historical accounts of approximately 400 to 399 BC, we encounter a city at a crucial moment. Confronted with the imminent dangers of widespread diseases and potential Persian assaults, the people of Fibron, guided by the observant Athenian historian Diodorus, made a strategic choice to fortify Magnesia. This significant decision resulted in the city's relocation to the foothills of the majestic Thorax Silver Mountain, introducing an additional chapter to its story in later times. The ancient city is enclosed by walls stretching about 1,300 by 1,100 meters, its layout cautiously organized with a grid of avenues and streets. This ancient marvel not only bore witness to the ebb and flow of life, but also held a strategic position, forming a crucial nexus between the bustling triangles of Ephesus and Trallius. In this blend of commerce and defense, Magnesia stood as a symbol of the flexibility and strategic foresight of its dwellers. In the midst of its fascinating history featuring an elegant stadium, temples, and artifacts, a recent discovery adds another curious dimension to its beauty: a gate from a temple devoted to Zeus. Number 2. Zeus, the mighty ruler of Olympus. In the realm of Greek mythology, Zeus stands as the towering figure, the unrivaled king of the gods, and the wielder of the thunderbolt. As the ruler of Mount Olympus, Zeus commands the heavens and is associated with the basic forces of nature, symbolizing the power that shapes the universe. Zeus is often portrayed as a regal figure, seated on his majestic throne atop Mount Olympus, the highest peak in Greece. His fearful presence is marked by a flowing beard and a stern look, exhibiting an aura of authority that befits the king of the divine rank of nobles. His iconic attribute, the thunderbolt, is a symbol of his dominion over the skies and his ability to unleash powerful storms upon the earth. As the god of thunder, lightning, and storms, Zeus wields his thunderbolt with unrivaled might. Greek mythology is filled with tales of Zeus using this formidable weapon to assert his authority and dispense justice. In one of his most famous exploits, Zeus defeated the monstrous Typhon, a creature of unbelievable power, using his thunderbolt to cast the beast into the depths of Tartarus. Zeus's role extends beyond his mastery of the skies. He is also the enforcer of justice and order. As the master of men and gods, Zeus upholds the divine laws that govern both the heavens and the mortal realm. He presides over the assembly of the gods, ensuring harmony among the immortals and meting out justice to those who defy the divine order. The tales of Zeus's romantic escapades are as legendary as his thunderous exploits. Known for his amorous affairs with both goddesses and mortal women, Zeus fathered numerous demigods and heroes, including the likes of Hercules and Perseus. These unions often sparked the ire of his wife Hera, the queen of the gods, adding a special layer to the complex tales of Greek mythology. Even with his fearful stature, Zeus faces his fair share of challenges and conflicts. The Titanomachy, a fearsome battle between the Titans and the Olympian gods, stands out as a significant moment in Zeus's ascent to power. Emerging victorious in this epic struggle, cemented his position as the supreme deity, reshaping the very essence of the cosmos. Within the vast realm of Greek mythology, Zeus remains a central and captivating figure. His tales echo through the ages, portraying the timeless quest for power, the complexities of divine relationships, and the enduring themes of justice and order. As the mighty ruler of Mount Olympus, Zeus continues to stand as a symbol of cosmic power and the unyielding spirit of Greek mythology. Number 3. Rediscovering Magnesia. Diligent Turkish archaeologists, tirelessly dedicated to excavating the ancient site of Magnesia for decades, have successfully resurrected this hidden gem from the shadows of time. A fascinating twist reveals that the entrance gate, initially brought to light in the 1890s by a German archaeologist, had been mysteriously reburied, concealing much of his valuable discoveries. Now, with a renewed and unwavering commitment to uncovering history's secrets, the gate takes center stage once more, providing a captivating glimpse into the glory of Magnesia's past. Notably, this newly uncovered gateway stands in close distance to another temple dedicated to the Greek goddess Artemis, already unveiled by the archaeologists. The intertwining narratives of these archaeological revelations weave a richer tapestry of Magnesia's wonders. With every layer peeled back in the ongoing excavation chapters, the ancient city's history unfolds like a captivating storybook, revealing forgotten treasures and charming tales that make the exploration journey even more compelling. The revelation of the entrance gate of the Temple of Zeus emerged during the ongoing excavations in the Ortaklar area, headed by Associate Professor Gorkem Kokdemir from Ankara University. Engaged deeply in the Magnesia excavations since 1998, Kokdemir has shared fascinating insights into the historical significance of this discovery. The origins of this find can be traced back to the final years of the Ottoman Empire, when precious artifacts from the ancient Greek city of Magnesia were first brought to light. The attraction heightens with the mention of Carl Humann, a renowned German archaeologist known for his excavations in Bergama and other cities in western Anatolia. Between 1891 and 1892, Humann became the first modern explorer to reveal the Zeus temple in Magnesia. However, a large portion of this monumental discovery was mysteriously reburied, adding a puzzling twist to the narrative. In a shocking revelation, Kokdemir sheds light on Humann's extensive 2-year excavation, emphasizing the rediscovery of the Zeus temple in the Agora, the heart of ancient Greek civic life. The temple, now making headlines, is deemed significant not only for its architectural marvel, but also for its historical roots dating back to the 3rd century BC, marking it as one of the earliest temples of the Hellenistic period. This rediscovery unfolds as a remarkable chapter in the architectural history of Magnesia, offering a glimpse into a temple that once stood as a symbol of the splendor of the Hellenistic era. The careful work of Kokdemir and the ongoing excavations continue to unveil hidden gems, adding layers of fascination to the interesting story of Magnesia's past. In the past days of archaeological exploration, the esteemed archaeologist Carl Humann followed the common practice of his time, bringing a significant part of his findings back to his home country. This practice took place while he was excavating the ancient city of Magnesia, located in what is now the Aydin province of Turkey. These archaeological treasures, highly sought after by scholars of that time, carried the glory of revealing the secrets of ancient civilizations. Number 4. Resurrecting ancient splendors. At the center of the unfolding is Carl Humann, whose quest for ancient times led him to reveal the structural splendors of the Zeus temple, a monumental undertaking that left an indelible mark on Magnesia's historical landscape. However, the tale takes a burning turn, as about 10% of this ancient marvel embarked on a journey to Berlin, finding its new home within the hallowed halls of the Pergamon Museum. In the heart of Berlin's museum, standing at a remarkable height of 5.5 to 6 meters, are fragments of the Temple of Zeus, a touching reminder of an era long past. Yet, amidst this shocking spectacle, Görkem Kokdemir, the contemporary custodian of Magnesia's archaeological legacy, voices a concern. He bemoans the extensive use of what he deems 90% imitation parts, a touching reminder of the challenges faced in preserving the authenticity of this ancient marvel. Kokdemir, a modern-day steward of history, shares the profound significance of the Zeus temple in the grand order of Magnesia in old times. As he passionately explains, within the sacred agora of Magnesia, the Zeus temple stands as the second outstanding cult, with Artemis claiming the primary position. In the complex web of ancient beliefs, the city's inhabitants worshipped not one but multiple deities, each holding sway over different facets of existence. Amidst the ruins of time, Kokdemir and his devoted archaeological team embark on a quest to resurrect the glory of the Temple of Zeus. Their diligent efforts seek not only to excavate the remnants, but to carefully restore missing components, breathing new life into this ancient sanctuary. The great vision extends to transforming the temple into a public spectacle, adorned with towering pillars and a gracefully reconstructed roof. Magnesia, a realm of ancient wonders, unveils its grandeur through the lens of Kokdemir's exploration. The Temple of Artemis emerges as the mighty giant among the city's ancient structures, and an indication of the spiritual and architectural prowess of a bygone era. Kokdemir, with impassioned zeal, asserts its rank as the fourth largest temple in Anatolia, eclipsed only by the revered Temple of Artemis in Ephesus. The Temple of Artemis, also known as the Artemision, goes beyond being a mere architectural marvel. It's a place woven with myths and legends, a homage to the all-around Greek goddess Artemis. As part of the famous Seven Wonders of the Ancient World, this temple in the heart of the Greek port city of Ephesus, now Turkey, held both spiritual reverence and artistic significance. Built around 550 BCE, this giant structure stood tall at about 115 feet, surrounded by marble steps that led to a terrace spanning over 400 feet. Encompassed within were 127 majestic marble columns, complemented by a magnificent statue of Artemis. Exploring its lesser-known aspects unveils delicate carvings that not only honored Artemis, but also portrayed the lively scenes of life in Ephesus. The Temple of Artemis, like the Temple of Zeus, was a huge undertaking, proof of the visionary architects and skilled craftsmen of its time. Beyond its architectural splendor, the temple played a vital role in the religious life of ancient Ephesians, harboring mysterious chambers with sacred artifacts central to religious ceremonies. Over time, the temple experienced changes marked by phases of neglect, grand renovations, and challenges like fires and invasions. Despite these trials, it remained a cultural hub, not only for those seeking worship, but also for intellectuals and artists hailing from various Mediterranean regions. This was a space where ideas collided and creativity thrived, shaping the trajectory of human thought and civilization. The Temple of Artemis isn't merely a physical marvel, but a reflection of the complex soul of ancient Ephesus. Hermogenes crafted the Temple of Artemis as his masterpiece, showcasing his special skill and artistry. As it emerges from the mists of history, it becomes clear that this monument is more than a structure. It's a living proof of the prosperity and cultural richness that drew travelers, traders, and pilgrims to marvel not only at its grandeur, but also at the depth of Ephesian culture. This ongoing journey of exploration not only peels back the layers of history, but also promises to infuse vitality into the silent stones of Magnesia, ensuring that the echoes of its ancient wonders resonate across the annals of time. Number 5. Games in honor of Zeus. Koktemir brought to light the huge historical significance of Magnesia in ancient Greece. About 2,300 years ago, in the 3rd century BC, this city became the vibrant stage for games that not only echoed through time, but also rivaled the glory of the celebrated Delphi Apollo Games, marking its prominence on a scale that resonated across the Mediterranean region. The echoes of those ancient competitions continue to whisper tales of a bygone era where Magnesia stood as a fearsome contender in the rich drama of historical events. Among the captivating array of contests, one such spectacle was a foot race, covering a distance of 600 Greek Olympic feet. The first victor, a quarry boss from Elis, claimed glory in 724 BC. Another event, the Diaulos, surfaced with double the distance of the stade, introduced at the 720 BC Games. Diaulos distances varied, ranging from 7 to 24 stades, with the most common being approximately 11,011 feet, or 3,600 meters. The racetrack, marked by sand grooves, showcased the start and finish lines. In 520 BC, a novel-running event, the race in armor, made its debut. Shockingly, only men were permitted to participate, and for most events, excluding horse-riding ones, competitors embraced complete nudity, ensuring unrestricted movement. Wrestling joined the lineup in 708 BC, alongside the pentathlon, featuring 5 diverse events in a single day: jumping, discus, stadion, javelin, and wrestling. Participants in the jumping event leaped while holding stone weights, hurling them at the end of their jump to propel even farther forward, accompanied by music. The discus throws mirrored today's freestyle discus throw, initially crafted from stone and later evolving into iron, lead, or bronze. The javelin, executed with a leather strap and thrown skyward using the same technique as today, showcased participants' skills. Wrestling, highly valued in ancient Greece as a form of military competition, saw competitors wrestle until one conceded defeat. Boxing emerged in 688 BC, featuring participants hitting each other until one was knocked out or admitted defeat, with initially wrapped hands evolving into tough leather, often leaving scars. Blending aspects of boxing and wrestling, the pankration came into play in 648 BC, allowing a wide range of moves, with only biting and gouging prohibited. The introduction of the tetrapod, a 4-horse chariot race, in 680 BC marked the inception of the first horse racing event, followed by the Calais in 648 BC, which involved a rider on horseback. As the 5th century BC unfolded, the sonorous 2-horse chariot race joined the games. Additionally, there were brief inclusions like Michaelis, a race for trotting mares, and a mule-led chariot race called the Abros. During the 6th century BC, athletes from Greek colonies in southern Italy, Sicily, and Asia Minor arrived a month before the games to train. Winners received olive leaf crowns and branches from the sacred Calla Stephanos tree. These laurels symbolized not only victory, but also magical properties. Victorious athletes returned home as heroes, celebrated with banquets and tax exemptions, achieving historical immortality. The Olympic events, overseen by judges trained at Elis, had formal rules, and competitors swore by Zeus to respect them and uphold fair play. Violations incurred fines, floggings, or exclusion from the games. Spectators flocked from across the Greek world to witness the Olympic Games, held at the sanctuary of Zeus in Olympia from 776 to 550 BC. Koktemir emphasized that numerous undiscovered sites still lie beneath the layers of Magnesia. While hopeful about the Temple of Zeus's potential restoration to its former glory in a few years, the archaeologists' attention is turning to the Hippodrome, boasting a remarkable capacity of 50,000 spectators. Kokdemir passionately shares that it might take 15 to 20 years to fully uncover the marvels of Magnesia, but the wait will undoubtedly be worthwhile. In a startling revelation, evidence suggests that ancient Romans might have subjected their captives to dreadful fates, even feeding them to lions. The punishment for civil offenders was equally horrifying. In ancient times, the consequences for wrongdoing were decided by the aggrieved party. Both slaves and free individuals faced punishments, but the severity varied. Minor offenses like fighting resulted in harsh beatings, floggings, and even branding on the forehead. On the other hand, those guilty of more serious crimes underwent public punishments such as disfigurement, having their eyes put out, ears cut off, or tongues ripped out. However, for the gravest crime of murder, the penalties escalated significantly. Murderers faced brutal outcomes, including being buried alive, impaled, or crucified. Despite Britain being on the outskirts of the Roman Empire, historical accounts indicate that executions in the region were intense and brutal, turning into gripping spectacles. Number 6. Uncovered horrors. Archaeologists have uncovered a terrifying revelation indicating that lions were potentially used to execute terrified captives, shedding light on a dark facet of Roman authority. The discovery occurred during 2016 excavations at the University of Leicester on the remnants of a Roman house. A sculpted bronze key handle emerged, depicting a man engaged in combat with a menacing lion in the presence of 4 undressed and frightened teenagers. In the realm of Roman justice, a unique and sorrowful punishment awaited criminals and prisoners of war. Roman law sanctioned the release of these individuals to wild animals, a practice well documented in the grandeur of the Colosseum in Rome. However, the recent discovery in Leicester presents a terror-stricken revelation. The first evidence that this terrible practice of using exotic animals for public executions extended its threatening reach to the distant lands of Britain. Historical records unveil a peculiar tale of how Rome, seeking to enhance the spectacle of public punishment, sourced lions from the far reaches of Mesopotamia and North Africa. These majestic creatures were then transported across the sprawling empire, embarking on a journey via riverboats and wagons to reach the remote corners where Roman authority cast its shadow. Nicholas Cooper, an archaeologist from Leicester University, and the third author of the paper, sheds light on the fearsome choices faced by prisoners. Being thrown to the lions, as per Roman justice, was deemed a fate even worse than the grim alternative: condemnation to the unforgiving mines. This revelation offers a harrowing glimpse into the severity of punishments inflicted upon those who fell afoul of the law. The Fry's Causeway key handle, a striking artifact from this excavation, captures a dramatic scene where a man fearlessly fights off a lion. Notably, the man is depicted with long hair, a bushy beard, and a complete lack of clothing, all characteristics associated with the image of a barbarian. This sharp portrayal conveys the unavoidable nature of defeat for those who dared to oppose the might of the Roman Empire. The image becomes a sharp symbol of powerlessness against the dominant force of the ruling empire. Experts delving into the historical context of this discovery estimate that the Fry's Causeway key handle was crafted approximately 2 centuries after the establishment of Roman rule in Britain. The artifact not only unveils the brutal practices of Roman justice, but also serves as a visual testimony of the enduring impact of their dominion in shaping the fate of those who dared to defy their authority. While events of this nature were well documented in Rome, the Friar's Causeway key handle is the first evidence indicating the extension of this gruesome practice to Britain. Historical accounts suggest that Rome sourced lions from Mesopotamia and North Africa, transporting them to remote corners of the empire via riverboats and wagons. In ancient Roman households, the eldest man held a position of authority as the master of all. His role involved guiding and ruling the family with a firm hand, reinforcing the idea that the family was a crucial and stable foundation in Roman society. However, A severe crime within the family, especially the act of killing a blood relative, was deemed unforgivable. This act was designated as lex pamia de parricidi. In common language, individuals involved in such crimes were bound with ropes, placed in a sack, and confronted with a gruesome fate alongside hungry roosters, monkeys, or dogs. For instance, sons who committed the grave act of killing their fathers would find themselves in a sack with snakes, ultimately being thrown into a river. The chosen snake for this punishment was typically a viper, known for its fearsome reputation and the belief that baby snakes killed their mother after birth. The poetic justice dictated that those who killed their parents should face a similar fate, bitten by the viper. The dog held a particular significance in Roman symbolism, being considered the filthiest animal at the time. Unfaithful individuals who committed the heinous act of killing their relatives might face a grim punishment, thrown in front of the dog, or even added to a sack with the canine and thrown into the river. Monkeys, perceived as an inferior version of humans, were also part of this disturbing punishment ritual. In contrast, roosters were believed to have no family at all, emphasizing the severity of the crime by denying even the semblance of familial ties. Number 7. History's oldest brewery. Deep within the historical layers of Leicester, a captivating archaeological revelation has surfaced. An ancient brewery, a potential contender for the world's oldest, believed to have been crafted around 200 AD. This remarkable find, emerging a century after the establishment of Roman control in Britain, unveils a hidden chapter in the life of the region's past, inviting us to explore the rich historical brew of ancient civilizations. Led by the expert hands of Matthew Adams from New York University and Deborah Vishak from Princeton University, this discovery unfolded 280 miles south of Cairo, in a vast desert area exclusively reserved for Egypt's first kings during the early dynastic period. The timeline aligns with the reign of King Narmer, a notable figure credited with unifying Egypt and shaping its early history from 3273 BC to 2987 BC. The brewery complex, nestled in this desert expanse, serves as a symbol of the reverence bestowed upon Egypt's first kings. Divided into 8 expansive sections, each measuring 65 feet by 8 feet, the complex unveils 40 large clay pots arranged in 2 rows with great care. These vessels, with a purpose that transcends time, are thought to have cradled a mixture of heated water and grain during the intricate process of fermentation. As we dig into the archaeological wonders of Leicester, the brewery stands as proof of the craftsmanship and ability of ancient civilizations to solve problems. Beyond the brew-centric discovery, Leicester's excavations have unveiled mosaic floors that once adorned ancient spaces, roadways that guided the footsteps of our ancestors, and the remnants of a Roman-era theater, echoing the tales of entertainment from a bygone era. The unfolding narrative of Leicester's archaeological treasure trove is not just a glimpse into the past. It's an immersive journey into the daily lives, rituals, and innovations of those who inhabited these lands centuries ago. The brewery, with its ancient complexities and echoes of ancient fermenting processes, adds a fascinating layer to this unfolding saga, reminding us that beneath the surface of seemingly ordinary landscapes lies an extraordinary store of human history. As we uncover these remnants, we find ourselves not only gazing into the past, but also contemplating the vastness of undiscovered stories that lie beneath the soil, waiting to be uncovered and shared with the world. At its peak, the industrial-scale brewery exhibited a remarkable capacity, able to spill out a shocking 500 to 900 gallons of beer. As the layers of history unravel beneath the hands of archaeologists, terrifying revelations emerge, hinting at the significance of beer in ancient rituals, particularly sacrificial rites. According to Adams's insights shared with the council, the excavation site whispers secrets of beer's role in ceremonial practices. The narrative takes a burning turn as archaeologists speculate about the brewery's purpose, contemplating whether its strategic location was dedicated to supplying beer exclusively for the grandeur of royal ceremonies within the sacred burial grounds of Egyptian kings. This theory paints a vivid picture of the integral role beer played in the cultural and ceremonial drama of ancient Egypt, weaving its way into the rites of royalty. Delving into the broader landscape of scientific exploration, researchers have undertaken substantial studies to identify the diverse kinds of beer crafted by ancient civilizations. A noteworthy example hails from 2019, when the Israeli Antiquities Authority embarked on a history-making journey, isolating yeast samples from containers dating back 5,000 years. These containers, once employed in the production of beer consumed by the Egyptians, offered a unique window into the brewing techniques of the past. The resurrection of ancient yeast unveiled the potential to recreate the same beer that once graced the tables of our ancestors, providing a tangible connection to their tastes and traditions. The exploration of brewing methods is not confined to beer alone, as similar approaches have been embraced in Egypt to revive the secrets of ancient sourdough bread. These attempts to decode ancient recipes bring us closer to understanding the culinary heritage and gastronomic preferences that shaped ancient civilizations. As we navigate through time, it's interesting to learn that the site of this ancient brewery was initially discovered by British archaeologists in the early 20th century. However, the tale takes a twist, as this significant find was lost to historical records, its exact location slipping through the sands of time. The rekindling of this lost narrative adds an element of mystery, urging us to explore not just what was found, but also what might have been overlooked in the depths of history. Despite 3 decades of continuous excavations, the ancient city of Magnesia found itself covered after recent heavy rainfall. Located in the Germenshik district of Aydin in the western province, this city dating back to the 3rd century BC temporarily turned into a lake due to a combination of rain and groundwater in the area. This occurrence is not a unique incident and has happened before. Despite assurances from the Aydin Governor's Office and Aydin Provincial Cultural Directorate that they would address the issue, the situation remained unchanged. The site officials expressed concern about the repetition of the problem. Magnesia, often referred to as the City of Incidents, has a rich history and is well known for its temple dedicated to Artemis, which stands as the 4th largest temple in Anatolia, along with Zeus temples dating back to the 3rd century BC. The recent flooding of the temple poses a challenge to preserving this historically significant site. What do you think about these archaeological findings? And which of them fascinated you most? Leave a comment below.